So that was an interesting game. Extremely important game against a division rival who are nipping at their heels. Montreal needed to come out and play this game like it was a playoff game, and they didn't. So I'm going to recap this game really fast. Let's talk about it. So I was being a little bit reductive. They played a decent game. They didn't get the calls they needed, and they got really unlucky a few times. But I still think that their compete level should have been way higher for this particular game. It was an important one. They needed these points. Buffalo's nipping at their heels. It's a tight race in the East, and they're facing Buffalo a few more times here in the next little while. So this game kind of sets a tone for their next few. Before we get into the recap, if you're not already a subscriber, why not consider subscribing? I'd love to have you. We're so close to 21,000 subscribers, I think. Less than 100 away. Can you help me? Can you help me with that one? Alors, on commence avec la formation de départ. We're going to start off with the formation of départ, the starting lineup. I do this every single time. I say attaquant because it's a thing we do here. So, nos attaquants, our forwards. Caufield, Suzuki, Texier, Slavkovsky, Kapanen, Demidov, Bolduc, Deneau, Anderson, Blais, Veleno, Gallagher. Nos défenseurs, our defensemen, Matheson, Dobson, Hudson, Carrier, Goulie's back, and Xhekaj, gardien. Fowler's in net tonight. That's exciting. And Montembeault. It's exciting. It's weird. You feel excited when Fowler's in net because you feel maybe like he's the future goaltender for the team. He's got a lot of pedigree. You want to see him do well. We drafted him high enough, considering people are not drafting goaltenders that high anymore. But I will ruin it for you. He doesn't play a great game this game. He lets in a couple of soft ones. I'm not going to bring it out when I'm actually recapping the video, because there's other mistakes that allow those goals to happen, and missed calls galore. But yeah, you wish they could have had a couple of those back, and you wish that Fowler would have been able to make those decently difficult saves. So they got Fowler in net, and Buffalo has this young guy in net. What's his name? Did they ever say his name? His name is Colten Ellis. I know a lot of Ellises. Sounds like an Atlantic Canadian name. He's actually from Nova Scotia. No kidding. Well, he didn't play that well against the Habs, but he got the win. So the Montreal Canadiens are going to start things off here.
All alone, wrist shot, follow-up, score!
Cole Caufield makes it 1-0. Caufield gets his first goal in, I think, 4 games. It's a good way to start things off, but behind the plays, Buffalo has been all over the Canadiens. They've really been looking like they were shot out of a cannon. You feel like the Canadiens have to find a different gear, and just as you're thinking that, they give Buffalo the advantage. This is basically where the shenanigans start. Hudson is against the boards. He has his stick up. His opponent runs into him and gets Hudson's stick in his face. He runs his face essentially into Hudson's stick. They call him for high sticking here. Hudson got hurt on this play too. He's checking his face. If you're going to start calling and this has happened already a couple times this season, if you're going to start calling high sticks for individuals who run into the stick or pull the stick into their face, like what happened with Brendan Gallagher, that's a weird precedent to set, because other players are going to continue doing that because they get rewarded. What's the point of not doing it? On the ensuing power play, Thompson makes it 1-1.
Sabres will keep it in. Dahlin, the guy running things, shots!
Say what you will about the penalty that allowed this, but I don't like how Carrier plays this. He goes down for the block and then double thinks it. It's like either do it or don't, but really what you should have done, I think, is applied pressure here, forcing Thompson to do something with the puck, because he wasn't in a great spot and you allowed him to get into a pretty good spot. So, like directly after that, still in the first period, Goulet takes a penalty, but we don't know why. It's an interference call. We don't see why. They are not able to show us why, so you just kind of have to take their word for it, which feels pretty crummy. On the ensuing power play, Doan makes it 2-1. So Montreal gives up the lead here on 2 goals, where one, the penalty you don't think should have been a penalty, and the other, you don't know because you didn't see it. It was behind the play. When they entered the zone, the referee's hand is up, but you don't see anything. Now it looks like Texier gets a goal here, but it's waved off. It does just sit at the line, but I thought that tickled the twine a little bit. Just, my eyes were deceiving me because it definitely didn't. Now, Benson is going to take a penalty, and so is Byram on the power play. He gets his stick up into Nick Suzuki's face. Those were both legitimate penalties. Montreal is going on the cursed 5-on-3. Oh no.
Hudson. Hudson gets it back across. Demidov score!
But oh yes, Demidov scores, making it 2-2. Demidov sends a rocket here into the net. Great feed, and the Montreal Canadiens are back to even. But he can't help but feeling maybe the Habs should be up by 2. Now in the second period, Montreal back on the power play. Nick Suzuki is going to force the Buffalo Sabres to make an error here as they contract and open up a spot for Hudson to get a good feed and a good shot on net.
Far point for Suzuki. Nick Suzuki. Hudson one-timer, loads up, rebound, Suzuki score!
Ellis leaves out a rebound, Suzuki bangs it in. 3-2 for the Montreal Canadiens. They've regained the lead, but the Sabres are going to come back and make it 3-3. Alex Tuch. Defensive breakdown here. Buffalo gets the puck moving. This was on a line change, and the forwards needed to get to the far side of the sheet. Things are moving too fast. They don't have enough time. Tuch is wide open, gets in tight on Fowler, and Fowler can't make the save. 3-3. Now on to the third period, where Buffalo is going to make it 4-3.
That was chopped away. Krebs hits Doan. Doan slashing at the puck in a battle with Peyton Krebs. And Doan coming in across.
This one's fun. This one's aggravating a little bit. Doan gets held at the line. The puck gets turned over when he tries to kick it to Hudson. But there should have been a call here. Doan is making a fuss about it. Too late. They didn't see the penalty. Can't review that. So it's 4-3 for Buffalo. And we continue adding insult to injury. Montreal is putting pressure on Buffalo in the third period with the dying minutes. Fowler is pulled. They look like they could crack this open to tie the game up. And then Zach Benson is going to hold Hudson's stick here. As you can see, no call here, of course. Thompson's going to walk it in and put it into the net for a hat trick. It's ridiculous, but you know what? I kind of respect it. Great job by Benson here to tie up Hudson's stick, crossing over his stick on Hudson. He's not able to get it free. You know what this reminds me of? This entire game by Buffalo. They looked really good, and they did outplay the Habs, but they did it the Florida Panthers way. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. And the Buffalo Sabres did an excellent job at cheating tonight, and the officials fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. So that's the game, 5-3 for Buffalo. Really important game, really discouraging for them to have lost this game. Like I said, they're playing Buffalo again a few more times here, and this sets the tone for this series. So essentially a 4-point game lost, but we move on. I think the next time they play is only on Saturday. I was going to try to get a video up tomorrow, but I have something fun to tell you guys about. I'm going to be going to Hockey Day in Canada. Of course, it's being held in Moncton this season, and my son is going with me. We're going to have a good time, and I'm going to kind of focus on that. I was thinking of taking video and doing something with the video, but it's just so much work, and I just kind of want to give my son my full attention. I think that sounds pretty, pretty understandable. So you guys know what to do. Like the video, helps me out with search results, I think. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.